Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Wargroove. So, the bad news is, I haven't read any comments, because I thought, you know what, I should give myself a fair chance to figure this out without being told what the deal is. The good news is, I have partially figured it out. So, first I want to talk about where my thought process was going wrong, because I think there's a valuable lesson in that. Or at least it would be valuable to me if I could ever get around to learning it, because I've certainly seen it happen a number of times. What was happening with me, really, was that I had developed sort of a shorthand for making decisions, and everybody does this. You know, there's too much information on the screen to really consider all of it all at once, right? So, we know the villager going into the wagon, like that's a standby, that's how these levels work. And then the wagon moves along 12 spaces of road, right? And so there is this area up here, but I had immediately discounted the value of this area because I was like, well, the road's broken, and the wagon can't go over mountains or forests anyway, so we clearly couldn't even get it from over here to the flag. Because that's been true a whole bunch of times, right? We've used wagons almost exclusively across road tiles. So, I made what I might describe as a soft assumption for the purpose of shortcutting the decision-making process through these puzzles and, to some degree, the strategic levels that turned out to be faulty here. Because what we actually need to do is drive the wagon from this northern area over these two grass spaces and drop the villager off here. It turns out there is exactly one space where Tenri can stand, where she can take the wagon and drop it off right here, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 spaces away from here, which allows us to drop the villager off safely. So that is undoubtedly what we have to do. I figured that much out. We know the villager needs to jump in the wagon, Tenri needs to move to here, pick the wagon up, drop it there, and then it needs to run all this way. So, I thought we could at least do the rest of the figuring from there on camera. So let's work this through backwards. First of all, number one big problem. There is a giant in the way, and we don't really have great tools for dealing with this giant. We have a trebuchet right here. It is almost certainly the case that this trebuchet has to hit the giant, right? If we have the trebuchet hit something else to clear the way for other units to come up and hit the giant, we're losing 60% damage on him. It just can't be right. There's no way we can make up that lost damage, right? Okay. So we have a partial idea here. We're gonna have to clear the giant. Who helps? Who gets the other 40% in? We can do 10% with one footman, with one swordsman, and he'll die doing it, which means then we could use the other swordsman to get another 10% in. Then this guy could do 15, and that is not enough. That leaves us with a live giant. Okay, you can do 25, so we could do 10, 10, 25, and 60. I should really have done that in the other order, but it's fine. Okay, so that kills the giant. Then we still need to get this out of the way and this knight. So we have a lot of units in a lot of places over here. Just trying to figure out, like, how many of these units are red herrings, right? Who is actually relevant? This is where this becomes a little trickier. Okay, so, like, first of all, we don't actually have that many units who can reach the trebuchet. Let's talk about this. This flyer can't. Dragons have 8 move, which is not going to get him anywhere near, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. So... we're, like, nowhere near... Okay, so we can do 40 damage here. You can get another 40. And then, do spears do at least 21? Yeah, spears do more than enough. Okay. So if we can get this spear... through here somehow. Oh, let's see. I can get 61 damage on you that way. This battle pup is stuck. So I'm thinking, like, if we can remove this swordsman, then the spearman can step in and finish the job. But we don't actually have that many units who can affect that swordsman. Okay, I might have screwed this up. All right, well let's make sure that my assumption about where Tenri needs to stand and where we need to use the ability is actually correct. Let's clear these guys out over here. It's like the dragon almost certainly can't get far enough to affect. Okay, I'll just take you out. The dragon almost certainly can't get far enough over here to affect this in any other way. So if I move to right here, right, I cannot wind the wagon. And from right here, I cannot wind the wagon. So it pretty much does have to be right there. And that means that this is all the way at the outside. I know for a fact that this works, because I was experimenting and I did do this. However, when I killed the trebuchet before, I think I used that alchemist to do it. Okay. Alright, let's take it back. We have some ideas now. So, if I have to use that alchemist to kill the trebuchet, then in what way are we going to have enough damage to kill this giant? We're short. Who else could possibly be effective? We can't get this spear close enough to provide this guy with a crit against the giant. The knight is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. That's interesting. So if we were going to get the knight in on the giant, how much damage do you do to giants normally? It's not very good, is it? I feel like I remember always not wanting to do this. 30% on a normal attack, so it's definitely more than 40% on a crit. So the knight plus the trebuchet would get the job done. If we could clear the way for the knight. That does seem like overkill, because we still have the 2 swordsmen. But I mean, this knight's not contributing in any other way, right? So in order to get the knight through, we would have to kill this archer and one of these 2 swordsmen. And we can't use the trebuchet to do that because we need the 60 damage up here. Very, very few of our units can affect either of these. The bird only has 5 move, so even with no obstructions, it can't get close enough. You could attack that guy for 81, which is non-lethal. Boy, that's really it though, huh? It's pretty much just him. This guy can't get close enough. This wagon... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. I was trying to see if, like, this wagon moving this spearman somewhere could provide a spear crit on somebody, but no, the wagon doesn't get anywhere near where we're going. Okay. So, then it pretty much has to be this alchemist, right? If the alchemist could stand in those trees, it's 2, yeah, it's 2 cost for foot, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He would be able to kill the swordsman in 1 blow. And then I still don't actually have a plan for dealing with the archer. All right, let's try to walk this path a little bit though. So like, I'm committing a lot of resources to this. Okay, if we're gonna do this thing, then who kills the archer? You can't reach him. You can't reach him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not even close. Yeah, this is looking like maybe not the path. Okay. I was gonna say let's work some other part of the puzzle and see if we can come back to this later, but we actually really need to know how we get rid of the giants so that we know whether or not the alchemist up here is free to participate in the killing of the trebuchet. Okay. So almost nobody can actually reach this archer. You can't get close enough to shoot at him. You can't get him, you can't get him. How much do dragons get to move? 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, the dragon could kill him, maybe. It means we can't use the dragon against this knight, but I don't think that's a real problem. I mean, we have lots of people over here who can attack this knight and who realistically can't fight anybody else. Nobody meaningful, certainly. It's like, what does this guy do? This guy has very obviously no role other than attacking the knight. So he does 67, and then could we have the archer do cleanup? Yeah, the archer gets us there. So let's say that's right. It could also... it might be the harpy, actually. Harpy plus spearman. And then that leaves the archer free to attack. Like, somebody's got to kill this guy, right? And we still have to get rid of this guy. Or we have to get rid of one of these two. That could be like Battle Pup. Okay, actually, the Battle Pup and the Harpy together don't get the job done. Well, we can use this Knight. Yeah, like the Knight and the Harpy can do it. We can get this path clear. Okay, so let's talk about trying to get this dragon over there. How feasible is that? We could do this attack. That's non-lethal. But the Alchemist and the Harpy together have it. If the Alchemist was standing on the mountain, he'd get it alone, right? So what do we do with the Harpy? Can this Harpy be put to use somewhere else? If we're assuming that the dragon is coming over to kill the archer, then the Harpy is not needed for that, and the Harpy could help us kill one of these things. Is there anything else that I might need it to do? It cannot help with the killing of either of the units that we need to clear the night path. It's possible that this guy just has this Harpy just has no role, just has to be moved out of the way. I'm trying to think, like, where could this Harpy's input possibly matter? I guess it really can't. Okay, we'll just use the Harpy to like throw an attack over here. That feels a little unnecessary though, because the Knight plus the other Harpy totally has it under control. So who do we need to clear? We need to clear you out of the way so that the Alchemist can come over here and drop this guy. Somebody has to kill this archer. How are we killing the archer? 2, 3, 4, 5. It's possible. Okay, so like the Harpy could attack the archer if somebody kills this swordsman. I don't know that we have the resources to get another kill over here though. Like we're running out of units that have the ability to move into attack positions. You only do 75 damage. It's not going to be enough. And we can't get a crit over here for you. Yeah, this whole thing kind of falls apart if I can't kill this archer, huh? Yeah, shoot. Like, almost nobody actually has... Okay, we can't use the Alchemist to kill the archer, though, because the whole point of doing this is to make it so that the Alchemist is free to attack the trebuchet. Okay, So the Spearman is the only unit we have that we can afford to use to attack this archer. Which means that this whole plan doesn't work, because that attack doesn't work. Neither of the swordsmen can come forward in any way. Yeah. Man, I thought I was right on the cusp of this when I started recording, which is why I started recording, but now I am wavering. I feel uncertain. Okay, I know I was just saying, hey, we don't have enough resources available to kill another unit over here, but if we got this spearman into this position, then this guy attacking from here would have a crit. But I suppose then the question is, how do we kill this dude? Let's see, I could use you to do 45 damage. I can't use the alchemist. Who do we even have around that we could attack you with? Dog's not going to be able to make it over the mountains. This is not... If we move the archer to here, he can get a shot off. How much damage is that? 75? So archer plus harpy actually does it. Oh, don't we need this archer for this? He's doing 41% damage here. So if we have a battle pup plus the alchemist, we actually don't get the job done. We need the archer to kill the trebuchet. Maybe. Maybe we need the archer to kill the trebuchet. Can you... No, you cannot quite. You are one move short of being able to pull that off. Okay, what else could we do? Dog's gonna do 40%. Is there a way to get that other battle pup in here? No, not really. And we could do this, but then I've used the alchemist and the archer on other stuff. But if the dog's doing 40%, then the second dog attack, that actually might be enough damage. Hold on, let's test that. Like if we go 40, does this do? It does exactly 60. Which means you run to here. And then... we don't need to kill this guy. I could just move there and wait, but why not attack, right? Wait, what was the rest of my... what was the rest of my plan? Okay, I was gonna do this. Because that clears the way for the dragon. Man, 290%. Then the dragon has opened up the road for you. And all this lets the knight come through and do 45% damage, which is sufficient. Feels like maybe the wrong solution, because it means we don't use the swordsman. But, I mean, we've seen lots of units not be directly involved. Are we just good? Did I do it? Because we can use the knight plus this harpy to clear you out. I think we might be there. Wait. No, I goofed. Oh, no, okay. Sorry. I was like, the space I'm supposed to move him to isn't lit up. But right, I haven't actually selected the target yet. Yeah, okay, this totally works.
The wind rises!
That was a very, like, circuitous route. There were a lot of places there where I had to, like, use a unit to clear room for another unit to help clear room for another unit to help clear room for somebody else to finally get the attack that we needed to get. But hey, yeah, that's totally it. Okay, well, that is star number 100 then. Right? Yes. Alright, let's go have a look at this epilogue level. Elodie is gone, but Requiem remains. What will Mercia do? I mean, just put it back in the volcano, right? We'll just... the rock that was used to seal the entrance might be gone, but we could get another rock.
My queen!
It's a volcano. It's basically all rock. Either that, or she's just going to become like a really sick cellist. That's also fun.
Huh?
Uh-oh, Requiem has created an evil Mercia for some reason.
What?
What do we know about Requiem's actual goals as a magical evil musical instrument?
Huh.
Does it love...
I am you.
Does it love death? Does it love it when people die? Is that the whole thing here? Just like we will do whatever we need to do to make sure that the military forces of this world keep murdering each other en masse. Because if so, it doesn't have to do anything at all. They love doing that. Enable the dormant potential inside you. She's already got like a magic sword and stuff. I think she's pretty close to topped out.
Yes.
She is sort of the best commander. Maybe not the best, but she's certainly one of the better ones. I don't know, Sedge's thing is pretty good too. I like the implicit assumption here that Mercia is too dumb to play a musical instrument. All you know is murdering, so what if I was an instrument of murder instead? She's like, reap? I would never. That sounds like farming. The creation of resources. I am here solely to destroy. Up, see now Requiem's speaking her language.
No.
I kind of wanted to see what I know I've been disrespectful of the story, but I did kind of want to see exactly what was going to happen here in the epilogue. I thought it was going to be something kind of weird, and it turns out it has been that. I mean, there's probably staff that works in that castle, so...
No!
Alright, is she gonna fight back? Are we gonna have a battle here where she attempts to kill
Prove it.
a manifestation of herself that was created by a magic cello? Alright, it's like a dream. New objective, give in. Well, that seems easy enough. We'll just hit resign real quick. No, obviously, let's push on here. So we have 1,500 gold, a couple of alchemists, and a bunch of units, and just like don't lose everything. And there's an awful lot of people on this map, but Dark Mercia or Requiem or whatever the hell is supposed to be going on over here is not inside the castle. I guess she might run inside the castle, but as it is now, it looks like we could just ignore a lot of that stuff. So who do we want to put in the wagon? We could throw Mercia in there, because having Mercia jump in front of people has proven to be a pretty good strategy so far. Honestly, as long as I'm a little bit careful and don't like super overdo it, that's probably a pretty good move. I'm inclined to place her in a position where she is vulnerable to attack by like a couple of people. Let's put her... Yeah, actually, right here will do just fine. So the archer will come forward, the swordsman will come forward. We'll kill the swordsman very easily, the archer will go down shortly after. Yeah, I actually like this plan. I'll just try to keep all the spears more or less together. The battle pups should also be kind of together, but they can like meet up over here. Definitely want you moving in at full speed. You guys kind of just need to stay with the mass of troops. Alright, so we've got an easy enough killing blow here. We do have to watch out for that trebuchet. I was not actually paying attention. Did not realize that was there. You know, one more time, I suppose. Let's turn the damage ranges back on. So I can pick you off pretty easily. That does expose me to a fair amount of bodily harm. But we can use the wagon to block a little bit, which I think is probably an okay thing to do. I don't know that I'm going to need the wagon a lot. So, like, probably don't want to do that. Yeah, there's a lot of spears. We gotta be kind of careful with our knights here. Now, let's do these real easy moves in the back here. Like we have a pretty good idea where these people are going. So if I do this, and I throw the wagon in front of Mercia, this guy just steps to the side and attacks the knight, which I do not care for. That would kind of suck. As it stands right now, what I think we're going to see is this guy burns himself against Mercia, which will set up her Wargroove. Then she'll get attacked from the north by that guy and from the south by that guy. And that's not going to kill her, but it's going to mess her up pretty badly. I think I'm just letting that happen, though. So move you up, but not into a place where you can get speared. And I do want to keep pressing them from this side a little bit. So I have to be careful about the trebuchet, like I said. But I am perfectly safe right here. Okay, and I think the wagon is not really anywhere valuable. I can put the wagon, unfortunately. I'm maybe just going to leave it where it is. I guess I should move it back to a position where it's more easily accessible by the slower troops. Actually, maybe back here so that the rearmost spearmen can jump in. Okay, yeah. The whole reason I felt safe moving the horsemen there was because the wagon was blocking the spearmen, and then I forgot that that's why I did it, and I moved the wagon. Well, the good news is, Mercia gets to heal everybody, so I can undo some of that stupid. We certainly have the ability to go pretty wild up there. Trying to figure out how I think we do this best. She's moving forward pretty aggressively. Does she have... She does not have a codex entry, so we don't actually know what her Wargroove is. It's charging slowly. It might just be the Wargroove we saw with Elodie, even though this character seems to be more Mercia than Elodie. I was expecting... I'm half expecting it to just be a heal, just be Mercia's heal. But maybe the thing that we saw, the Wargroove that we saw, is supposed to be more Requiem and less the person who was guarding it, and so we'll just see the same Wargroove. Yeah, there's a lot of ways we can pick this guy off. I'm just trying to figure out like what's the best move after that. I do want to just get rid of you. So let's do this. We'll probably not get the kill. Okay, wow, we did. So that was very close to a maximum damage roll. We can put the giant right up front right now. And what I'm kind of thinking here is that I maybe don't use the heal just yet. And maybe save it for a turn. We can very easily finish this guy off. Maybe even Mercia does it. If Mercia does it, that means that this guy can run in and attack us, which I'm not like super wild about. Okay, let's figure out what we want to do over here. So if I have the knight move up and attack this, then we can have our archer move into the space the knight is currently in and finish the job. And then we can throw our alchemist in here and attack their spearman, remove his ability to counterattack the knight. And then they don't really have a unit in range that's good against the knight, but if we do that, our alchemist dies for sure. Yeah, not really avoidable. That said, it gets rid of the trebuchet. I think it might be worth it. let's see. So if we do that, their alchemist won't be able to crit me, at least. But I will definitely get hit by the alchemist plus this archer. Yeah. I think we do have to get rid of the trebuchet. I think that's very important. I guess we can have the battle pup do it. That's less good and probably results in the alchemist killing the battle pup and then the spearman getting a pretty good shot off on the horseman. But the plan could just be to group up for healing afterward. And the spearman will be at least pretty injured. This keeps my alchemist safe for longer, which I like a lot. And the battle pups are of somewhat dubious value, so losing one doesn't feel so bad. Yeah, we'll do that. I will not go over here and attack. But I will stand here and wait. In a position where their alchemist doesn't get to crit me, and also where I'm blocking their alchemist from slaughtering our archer. Alright, so we'll reinforce that side a little bit. I think that means we move the knight back over here. If we're thinking like this is an area where we're going to need to drop a heal, we may as well concentrate our injured units in that direction. Do I want to throw this guy in? Alright, so he's in a little bit better position to provide a crit to somebody. So do we just move... I just move Mercia over to like here? Because it'd be nice... She's not going to be able to get over there. Anybody who wants a heal is going to have to run toward her, it looks like. Maybe I just kill this guy and let the other swordsman come. He's the only unit that can hit her. Yeah, sure. Just paste this dude. Alright. I totally did let that happen. Alright, I'm pretty sure... Yep, this is still a kill. So... that knight getting killed sucks a huge amount. I'm taking you down, though. I mean, we're going to be able to wipe out this force. I'm not very worried about that at all. At this point, it's just a question of maintaining some amount of health up here. So if we... Oh, I actually can't kill him. Okay, if we get rid of this guy, then our alchemist can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let this dude have it pretty seriously, although that spearman then becomes a problem. And in fact, if we do anything with the knight that isn't either this or just back way the hell up, we end up in a pretty vulnerable place with him. And I don't really want to have a chance of losing my second knight. If we use the archer to kill this guy, and like the alchemist cannot just run forward. The alchemist has to be healed or has to fall back to healing. So maybe the play is just something like this. Take it slow, have people mostly fall back from here. From where you're standing right now, a healing aura goes out to the mountains. That's a little inconvenient. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we could move... We could move the knight into range to get healed if I just move this guy forward. Yeah, we have the knight run down here. The alchemist run down here, which is safe from that guy. Throw up a healing aura that restores all of my alive but injured units to full.
Healing aura!
And then we have the alchemist finish this guy off. The archer just get closer. My giant can take this across the bridge. I don't think there's any real risk of being killed here, because I can only be attacked by one unit now that they don't have a ranged attacker on this side anymore. This spearman is currently completely impotent, and I am not eager to give him anything valuable to do. I think I might have this battle pup come up here and fight this swordsman, just so that our archers aren't really in any danger. I do feel bad about, like, treating the battle pups as sacrifice units all the time, but they do the job well, you gotta admit. I'm gonna make things just a little bit awkward with the wagon. Wagons are tough enough and also non-critical enough to serve as good blockers. Yeah, like, they're not gonna hurt the wagon. Okay, so I think we got this side under control. This guy is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I could... If I have this archer take this guy out, then I could have this archer run up and shoot their archer down, but if I do that, then I'm going to get killed by the spearman. That's pretty hard to ignore. And it does look like she's just gonna run away, which is a real shame. Abject cowardice. Do I want to finish off the knight? I don't think I do. I don't think I'm too worried about the damage potential of a guy who's at 5% health. Let's see, this is not a vulnerable position right now. I think I am going to have the knight move over here. So because spears only have 3 move, I could in fact go and do this. And then just put the wagon up here. I guess that still allows the spearman to move to there and attack. But I can't stop him from getting any attack in. I can make him overextend in a way that is super killable, though. Yep, that archer's probably dead. We have completely removed that that whole group of enemies, which is nice. Guess I'll just wait here. I'm hoping that the spearman will be distracted by the wagon, but it seems unlikely. Yep. He's dead, that archer's dead. Like, we have eliminated that entire northern group. Okay. So, over here... I do find this a little bit annoying, that they were able to somehow put together enough damage to just barely kill that alchemist. Like, somehow the 5 health, or the 5% health knight actually did enough damage to matter. Let's just say that based on the math, that seems unlikely. Trying to bait her back over in this direction because I would love to not have to fight all these guys over here in this castle. Alright, well, the wagon should probably be waiting. Like, I can no longer block for this. I guess I could leave the wagon right here and prevent this guy from attacking the knight, at least. That seems okay. Probably that archer's gonna have to jump in the wagon, though. Okay, we got her to come forward. Please roll closer to 20%. Nope, that was actually minimum damage. How extremely cool. Oh, wow. That... okay. Ah, well, that's annoying. And all the gates despawn, and each one of them has to animate individually, huh? Alright. So, now that they can just run out, our positioning is suddenly worse than it was. Okay, you are definitely loading into the wagon. I think I do want to just do this. We'll keep a spearman right on top of him. So we are gaining money. Are we gaining money? Did I have 2,500 before? I don't know. We have no income. So we could just, like, throw a heal out here. It's probably not a great idea. I think I am inclined to just retreat from these dudes. There's no reason for this knight to stick around and fight them. Basically, I'm just wondering, is it worth doing anything with this guy other than running into position to maybe attack later? And I think the answer is no. We don't need to use his heal or anything. Oh gee, abject cowardice. Who would have thought? Alright, from right here, yep, healing aura will reach.
I'm here to help.
May as well.
Healing aura.
Alright, I'm going to see if I can bait them forward a little bit. Move the wagon into a spot where it's not blocking my knight's approach. And I honestly don't know that I want to do too much more. Just trying to get their archer to walk forward enough to provide me with a nice, easy opening attack. Oh, they're really crowding in there, huh? So he is going to have to move forward to do anything here. I mean, we certainly can't advance. Because anybody who goes in there is just going to get massacred. If I move Mercia up front like this, I think there's a pretty good chance that they just hyper-fixate on her, the way they like to do. That could be very good for us, actually. Giant in position to actually attack next turn. Probably I want to move one of you guys out so that the knight is a little bit closer. And you're actually kind of in the way. Wonder if I should move the alchemist so that the other archer can move up alongside. Actually, maybe it's better to move you out of the way. Yeah. Alright, well, they only have one archer who has actual range on us. let's see what they do with it. I'm hoping that they're just gonna charge Mercia and let her fight them right in the bottleneck. Alright, so that archer's dead, but we still have to move the alchemist back or we're gonna lose it. How do I want to do this? Well, we definitely do that. I guess the alchemist could just fall back to here. This archer steps up and finishes the job. We don't necessarily need to move anybody into the breach. My big concern with moving anybody forward here is that, of course, it would result in that unit getting attacked by a spearman. So, like, cavalry is pretty ill-suited to the task. I don't really want to move a spearman up without a spearman behind him to provide critical defense. So I guess the play is you fall back and don't heal. And yeah, I totally am just gaining 50 gold per turn for no reason, despite having no income. Not that I'm complaining. It's a nice thing. We certainly can't afford to move the giant forward. Yeah, I think we just wait another turn here. So Mercia's got her Wargroove up. I think that's probably what we do first. This archer back to full health. Or, well, not full health, but back to some health. Like, this archer just kills this guy. Right? I'm pretty sure. This archer gets a crit on you, so you are now pretty much worthless. And then at this point, we could just step the giant up and in. They don't really have a ton of ranged fire incoming. The giant is going to fare much better than the knight would against the arrangement of units we see here. But I really do want people to keep attacking Mercia. I know this is going to adversely affect our score because we're going to sit here forever, but it really is working. You can't argue with that. Yeah, and they spawned a lot of spears to play defense on this mission so you wouldn't be able to run around with your knight and just maraud. Yeah, okay, I think we're just going to let Mercia keep taking the brunt of it. I think that ends up being what's best for us. Interesting move from the archer. Not sure I think that was a good targeting decision. Alright, so this guy's trying to get in position to do something, but he has stepped too far forward. So if I attack like this, I get attacked by one spearman. And it could be critical, depending on how they move him. And that's lethal, right? Yeah, critical attack will be lethal. Alright, well, you do have to finish him off. You won't kill him, but you will let Mercia kill him for free. And so we're looking at a heal again. And maybe what I need to do here is move the giant up. That archer wants to fight, we can just giant her instead. There's still just way too many spears around for me to feel comfortable doing any spearman stuff. Mercia probably will not have a Wargroove available on the next turn, so I'm thinking maybe I do want to heal. Especially since we do have a small amount of gold income. Maybe just, like, drop a heal right here. I guess they don't really have any ranged units that are going to be able to attack next turn, so we probably can afford to just wait on Mercia's thing. That said, I don't see a compelling reason to move. At this point, I'm not even sure if I think it's a big deal that we're not going to get a very good star score here, because, like, we don't know for sure that there's anything to unlock, right? Anymore. So I can't attack you non-lethally. Let's finish off the spears. I think that's a pretty important thing to do. Mercia moving forward one space would not be such a big deal. I think I am actually just gonna cast a small heal here. Like that. Now Mercia can charge Wargroove, and we can take out... Not taking anybody out, but I guess this will be a good start. It's like this archer's gonna run forward and shoot my archer, and then we can use Mercia's heal plus the archer attacks. You know, we can get a little bit of vengeance going. Still too many spears for it to be safe for the knight to move forward. Yeah, it's possible that there's nothing left to unlock aside from, like, art gallery stuff, and if that's the case, I don't feel too bad about not getting a good score here. At the risk of overextending, how much damage do spears do to the giant? 15 each. And they're slower. I think I'm gonna step up here and just bash this alchemist real hard. And then the giant can just run after this, so things get a little dicey. So, like I said, I think we probably want to throw Healing Aura out, if only for...
Healing Aura!
Only for this archer. And then we have a reduction. Yeah, this can get this guy as low as 2%. That seems like a pretty good move. And you just keep shooting spears, because as soon as this last spearman, I guess they have a lot of spears. As soon as the spears are down, our knight is a terrifying presence that they will be able to do very little about. We definitely don't want anybody getting in front of Mercia until then, because being able to cast this heal every like 2 or 3 turns is pretty fantastic. Okay, they're just in retreat over here, so that's nice. That lets me finish the job. You get to get a killing blow. So I'm definitely getting attacked here. Definitely getting arched. I think it's probably worth throwing another heal. We've already recovered all of the money that we spent. Just want to make sure that we don't lose this archer to unfortunate circumstance. We can wait one more turn before throwing anybody in front. I want to make sure Mercia is able to absorb another punch in the face. For the good of us all. Aw, they sent the battle pup in instead of using the spearman. That's a shame. A pretty aggressive attack there. Alright, I think we probably need to alchemist heal again. Make sure I don't get killed by the very weakened archer. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep rampaging over here with the giant if they're gonna allow me. Alright, so we got Wargroove for sure. Very, very weak melee enemies. I'm wondering if we do put the knight through. Now, like, there's no reason to keep Mercia in front in terms of charge. So you're gonna do 45 damage. The knight probably survives. I think we do want to start getting a lot of damage through here. If we lost the knight at this point, I guess it wouldn't be the end of the world, although we definitely have some serious problems upcoming. 45% on the enemy commander's Wargroove. You know what? I think it's okay to do this, given how weak the enemy spears are, and the fact that Mercia's Wargroove is available. Yep, that was the best they were able to muster. Do we even need to Wargroove this turn? I think I just have Mercia run through and chop this guy up. They have so little ability to project force here anymore. Yeah, I think we start moving in earnest now. Unfortunately, a lot of the spears are just going to have to kind of sit out here and wait. And you're perfectly safe to move in. Yes, this is perfectly safe, so why not? Alright, this dude just keeps crushing. Apparently they're going to allow me to do that. Man, I wish we had more, like, area attacks. Okay, now they don't have a single healthy unit left. Alright, so we are slowly moving in. Gonna be a little bit of a bottleneck out here. And yeah, we totally still don't need to use the Wargroove. We can hold off a little while longer. The wagon is not allowed indoors. Alright, so I presume when the last of these troops dies, we'll enter the next phase of the thing. Yep, there go all the gates. This is probably when we want to use that Wargroove. We need to be very careful here. Everybody fall back for a second.
I'm here to help. Healing aura.
We have to be super cautious about the enemy giant. He is really the only dangerous unit in this throne room group. I mean, we got to be careful about the pair of archers being so close together. I'm gonna have this guy just top himself off. He's at 94. Yeah, but we have way more money than we know what to do with here. Alright, well, you don't get to do anything, probably ever. Oh, they're not going to approach at all, huh? That's crappy. So the giant is standing exactly far enough away from the archer, such that I can't attack that archer safely, even with my own archers. But I think that's going to have to be the move, right? We're going to have to get our own archers into position to launch a serious attack. One of them is going to shoot this guy, then their giant is going to run through and want to attack, and we're going to have something in the way. See if we can bait the archer forward. I'll put that guy just inside his range. I've definitely lost more units than I should have, but probably still salvageable. Okay, interesting. So now we can definitely just run up here and kill this guy. Almost certainly at the cost of whatever unit does it. I'm going to try to do this the safe way. The safe way would be to have an archer right here. 1, 2, 3. This is actually pretty tough. There's no way to do this safely, actually. Alright, I'm going to place an archer within that archer's attack range. Also my commander. That's a pretty strong bait, I think. So we can get him to step forward and take a shot. Nope, he will not. He is a coward. That does mean I get to shoot first. And we'll just put our own giant right in front. Just barely in front, though. Alright, let's get ready to run through there and do some damage. The giant can only be attacked by their giant plus those two dogs plus that archer. Alright, they're bringing their commander forward again. Probably not for me to be able to actually kill is my guess. I suspect we're going to see the same thing happened as happened last time. How much damage? You do like a very small amount of damage to these guys. Maybe that's good enough, though. Because we could run this guy through, go for this attack, and back it up with an alchemist heal. I was thinking, like, if we move this guy to here, then we can move Mercia to here. It is not super easy, not super trivial to kill this archer. I'm wondering if maybe we just throw the giant this far forward. He's a little bit more likely to survive the onslaught. What else do they have left? They still have another giant, and you know we're gonna do some damage to this, and then the hero's gonna teleport back to there, and we're gonna have to fight everybody else. So losing the giant doesn't seem great. And maybe the actual right play here is retreat. Yeah. Yeah, actually I think it might be. I think the right play here might be you fall back to there, shoot at the giant, you also shoot at the giant. Mercia stands right here and just absorbs some damage. And the rest of us just kind of wait. Throw out a heal to make sure that the archer is in top condition for counterattacks. And again, there's very little time pressure here, even less than usual, so okay, very annoying. I'm assuming she has functionally infinite money. Yeah. So the alchemists are just going to keep doing that. But I think what I want to do here is we're not going to be able to bring down that archer, are we? Alright, Mercy is going to hit this guy for 32 to 40. So we actually totally can get him. If I have you fall back to here, as that heal was probably not necessary. You do this, then Mercia cleans this guy up and gets Wargroove off of it, which is what makes that heal kind of unnecessary. And then we could run the giant through and have him drop this archer. They don't have enough units to be a serious threat to him, and he's going to get Wargroove healed in a moment anyway. Have to be pretty cautious with the knight, unfortunately, still. Like, I can move to here, we can move a spearman up a little bit so that we actually have the chance to move a spearman through at some point in the future. And here's hoping we haven't overextended our giant by too much. Okay, they're still spending valuable attack spaces on Mercia. Yeah, that didn't turn out too badly. Definitely want to kill the alchemist. Gotta watch that approach. I'd probably just shoot that guy because we're trying to make room for our knight to be a good unit here. So now they only have one spearman, and he's pretty torn up, and there's no spears coming as reinforcements. So this might be a good time to send our knight forward. We could just move Mercia to here as well before casting the heal. But this guy would have to get moved up a little bit. Yeah, actually, I think that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to try to keep them focused on Mercia.
None shall fall while I still stand. Healing aura.
I think at this point they just can't deal with the giant. Okay, he's not a threat really this turn, but we do have to watch him for next turn. I was kind of hoping when I saw our wagon that we might like occasionally get reinforcements over the course of the battle here. Okay, so we have a Wargroove available on the enemy commander, and we do not get to see what it does. So let's hope it's not a big deal. Okay, that's a total no-brainer. Over here, we get to do a little bit of that crawling spear critical thing that I love. You can run up and cast a heal. Make sure Mercia doesn't die suddenly. We could just shoot their commander. That's maybe the smart move. And I guess we're gonna see what her Wargroove turns out to be. Alright, is it gonna be the take control thing, or is it gonna be a Mercia heal? Or are you just not gonna use it? That's also possible. Alright, how is Mercia's Wargroove doing? 60%? So, a series of spear crits. Can't quite get to that archer yet. So you have to watch out for this battle pup. Battle pups are not super dangerous, but a battle pup is totally capable of... Definitely do that. The battle pup is totally capable of killing an archer if we let it, so we gotta be a little cautious. Yeah, I probably don't want to charge forward. I probably want to keep the archers safe. We'll just keep this guy at the back. So, do I want to just try to force enough damage through to get her to teleport away? Yeah, I'm gonna throw a punch here, drop a heal, and then I think move Mercia back. Or Mercia could go get the archer. You know what, actually, yeah, that's probably the smart move. Their commander's gonna hit Mercia pretty hard, but not lethally. And do I want you to stay back, or do I want you to move up? Because that battle pup doesn't have range this turn anyway. Yeah, let's move up. Right. 50%. I'm pretty sure I'm okay. Maybe not. Maybe I've overextended here. Well, I guess we'll find out.
I am the end of all things.
Aura of Ruin. Ah, okay. Sort of an inverse Wargroove. The battle pup is distracted by the wagon. Works for me. Alright, well, this is totally trivial. And then... try to put enough damage on her to get her to disengage. So Mercia definitely gets healed. Trying to figure out what the right move is. It's probably Mercia moves here and doesn't attack, or Mercia moves here and doesn't attack. Alchemist casts in place like that. Okay, there we go. Alright, we're not in any danger this turn, and I'm inclined to just kind of take it easy here. Don't want to jump in front of that battle pup. If it wants to attack Mercia, I want to make sure that it feels safe doing so. Alright. We are burning through the gold a little bit. Okay, excellent. Charge up my Wargroove here. So we do have to remember that Wargroove that we just saw, because that is pretty dangerous. There's a thing that could definitely catch us off guard. Have you move in, you move to here. Just trying to make sure everybody gets to be in the Wargroove. Yes, I guess I want to do it from here then. I do not get to get both of the archers. Whatever.
None
This
shall
is fine.
fall while I still stand. Healing aura.
Let's try to make sure that we're not all right in front of the arrows. And also that the golem is not in front of Mercia, because I definitely would like them to attack Mercia. I think I'm just going to let this guy finish off the wagon. It's serving as a fine distraction. It's not going to accomplish anything else here. Alright, so we're charging up this Wargroove again. Ah, you monster. Do I want to actually finish you off? Yeah, it's probably not worth trying to save that guy so that Mercia can get a second kill, because that is not actually probably going to happen. And we'll just go pop this guy right now, which will bait some of these dudes forward. We're gonna have a hard time killing this archer without taking at least one shot. The good news is the units streaming in from the back like this are gonna be fairly easy to kill. Need to be a little cautious. This is probably mostly a falling back type turn. Do we want to use a heal? I mean, my Wargroove's full next turn no matter what, even if I don't get an attack off, so probably not. I suspect we're going to have more use for archers on this side. Yeah, let's just put you in here and then let them come to us a little bit more. I'm just sort of like waiting around the edges, desperate not to be the first ones to attack. Well, the knight is definitely their most powerful unit. So I think a charge forward to disable the knight is probably the smart bounty here. Then my knight can kill that battle pup, probably. So yeah, I think we're going to sort of just relocate the formation up in this direction. I have to cast the heal here to make sure that we get the golem. Not that he necessarily needs to be healed from that tiny amount of damage he took. Watch out for those guys, but they can't hit us this turn. Debating whether I want to put the alchemist forward in a position where he can get charged. And this guy's going to do more damage to the archers than he will to the alchemist. Actually, that's not true. Okay, so let's keep the alchemist over here then. Okay, no big surprises there. Probably want to use the giant for this so I don't have to expose... Yeah, even with a crit, it's not a good idea to put the knight on that spear. So how do we want to do this? Let's move two of you guys back down here. Put myself in crit range of the archer. So I think the smart move here is to try to open that up. We'll move Mercia down this way to try to draw the archer's attention or to just murder the archer. Either one of those really works. You probably just turn around because there's no sense in you being up there. Trying to figure out where to, like, I kind of want to move this archer to here to present myself with a nice broad set of targets for next turn, which means that this guy has to go here. And then I could drop a heal just to top these two off. I don't know that I need to. No, probably not. Just get over here and wait. Yeah, they don't have enough units. They can't focus enough to get anybody actually down. Okay. Well, now they don't have anything dangerous over here at all. I think I want to move... We'll deal with this guy with the spear, move the giant just out of the way, and let Mercia have this kill. Move the giant over to, like, here. One, two, three, four. Move this guy up to here, move the knight to there, so he'll have a good charge into the next room. And then we'll probably be able to heal ourselves out of this with the next Wargroove, so I don't think I need to spend any gold right now. We can just keep letting this accumulate. Yeah. I think we're fine where we are. Well, okay, Mercy is not going to be able to reach anybody else. Look at this. Look at this cowardice. Okay. It's a little inconvenient. I think I'll put a spearman right here just so that this guy can't get double attacked. I am setting myself up for them to get some spear crits, I guess, but I'm not too worried about it with the Wargroove up and everything. And our spearmen are definitely our least valuable units here. Alright, let's go Wargroove. Yeah, the knight will be okay.
I'm here to help.
We can leave him outside of it.
Healing aura.
Alright. So all that's left is this final bottleneck. And we can really have the spears start running at full speed toward the objective immediately, because they're still going to get there after a lot of our other troops. And she's not going to do anything at all until we arrive, huh? Let's make sure that the giant is getting maximum movement every turn. Causing a little bit of a pile-up over here with some improperly ordered movement. What's her Wargroove at right now? 50%? Okay, we're going to be a little cautious about that. If this all is going to go horribly wrong in some way, the way that it's going to go horribly wrong is her getting a Wargroove off at a really bad time for us. Definitely keep advancing for the moment. Debating about healing up the two slightly injured units, but maybe it's not a high priority. They're going to be fighting at a serious disadvantage due to the bottleneck. I am going to go ahead and heal. So they have 2 archers, I have 2 archers. This probably ends up working out in my favor. I don't think we want to push forward any further here. Let our units catch up. Something tells me 40 turns is not going to be an A+ score. Give Mercia just enough room to do her full move. Okay, this is safe. We probably should not advance any further than this until the archers catch up, and in fact, if they move forward, we might back up. Nope, that's what I thought. They're not going to do anything until we actually, like, breach the threshold. Just gotta get over here, just to be out of the way. Yep, so she's definitely going to have her Wargroove. There's nothing, unfortunately, nothing we can do about that. We'll just have to make sure that we don't let people get too low. How far forward do I want this guy to move? Because I want to move him up. Maybe I move Mercia up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move Mercia to right there. Move him to right here, allowing the archer to take his spot. Alright. Nobody in our party is in archer range, but we are definitely attackable at least. This is definitely going to have to be a thing where we just, like, charge forward and start wrecking. I'm going to put you there, you there. Alright, I think next turn is probably charge forward and start wrecking. Have the archer stand a little bit closer. Okay, so they have 2 archers. And that's very dangerous. Oh, apparently we get a little bit more cutscene. Is a little bit familiar.
Mercia!
How much of this battle is in Mercia's head, do you think? Is there any actual danger here? I guess the actual danger here would be Mercia losing her mind and getting taken over by the cello shield.
No. You are weak.
It turns out everyone suffers losses because the main way that people have conversations in this setting is to hurl armies at each other. Not really a weakness thing. I don't know that there are a lot of creatures like Sigrid left.
What?
Trying to move. I'm moving at kind of an awkward pace. Hopefully, you know, if people are interested in the dialogue, they can see it, and if not, they can pause. But I definitely don't want to spend a lot of time on this, especially given how long the video's gotten already. Trying to find a happy medium here. Alright. It turns out all of the cliches, all of the dialogue cliches have occurred. Who would have thought? I'm a little nervous about just running Mercia in there. Running the knight in is definitely just going to get the knight killed, but I wonder if we're at the point where that's okay now. We can put Mercia in the doorway. Try to draw some of them down here. Move the knight in deep enough that the knight will be able to attack some archers. Probably want to let the archers in next. Just get over here. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. That's going to make it hard for them to actually get a kill on the golem or on Mercia, but it's going to let them come in a bit. And then we have our Wargroove right now. Okay, so they went pretty hard on that and failed. And now they've put themselves in position to get counter-mauled. So, we're not going to be able to actually take this giant down, though, right? Oh, you know what? Maybe. So you're going to do 40 to 49. Yeah, we totally do get to kill the giant. Alright, and then as much as I hate to have the knight get massacred by that spear, we do, I think, have to put something in this space. You just... I guess it could be this guy. He gets wrecked pretty hard by the spear as well, though. Thing is, we have to soften up these archers, especially now that they're going to be able to crit from their current positions. Yeah, I think we send him in like that. I can have Mercia back up, even. If I have Mercia back up, then he is not going to get a heal. He's definitely dead. And maybe that's fine. If I leave Mercia here, I get shot for full damage. I get shot for crit damage by that archer, so probably like 15 points. You're going to be at 95%. So the evil Wargroove is gonna become available right after my Wargroove. If I go for my Wargroove now, that is a little bit crappy. So yeah, maybe the play here is fall back and don't use the Wargroove. Wait until after Requiem uses its Wargroove instead. Our Alchemist is definitely dead, but doing it this way kept our Knight alive. And then our Knight is going to rampage across these dudes. Yeah, I think this is okay. I'm going to try to hold out until after. Okay. So, we have to get rid of this Spearman. Alright, so now the Knight is sort of king of the battlefield. That Wargroove is going to hurt a lot, and then we're going to completely undo it. Assuming it has the same range as mine, I am not vulnerable to it. There's no way she can cast it and hit Mercia. Okay. Gonna kill this archer, but I think everybody else should survive. Did she not get her... Weird, she didn't get her normal Wargroove growth that turn for some reason. Alright, well. So this archer's just dead. If we get up here and don't actually attack yet. And do I want to just cast it now? It'd save the Knight. But I think the more important thing is getting the Giant back to full health.
Shall fall while I still stand.
So you do your thing, it hits everybody, and then I do my thing, and... Oh, the Knight deck didn't actually die. That's cool. That's very good for us, actually. Do I want to hit first? So that I heal off more of the damage? No, I probably want to deal maximum damage with my attack.
I'll save you all. Healing aura!
Okay, so you need to step out of the way so that we can do this. I do believe this one is over. There you go, the power of teamwork. Every single unit pulled their weight that turn. Okay, that does sound bad, but I don't know that this, like... She's kind of posing this choice as one day something precious will be taken from you and it will really suck, versus right now, like if we let her take over right now, something precious gets taken from us and it will really suck. I guess this is sort of like, why don't you just rip the Band-Aid off right now? I don't know, it's not a very convincing case. What they were going for here, I guess, is sort of a one-ring thing, where it's like, oh, if you have the power to defend yourself. But because we know that because we know for a fact that the trade-off in this case is getting mind controlled by some sort of ancient being, it's a lot less attractive than the deal the One Ring was offering, where I believe the mind control was unstated. It was in the fine print. And hey, that was actually still a B. I'm kind of surprised by that at 49 turns. I thought we were definitely going to get only 1 star. Yeah, take that, a cello. And everyone in the party thinks that maybe she's lost her mind already.
Hey! Whatever!
I believe that. I think Ragnar's telling the truth here.
How did you...
Alright, well, I think we did it. I think we have actually concluded the story now. No more cliffhanger. I guess, hold on a moment.
Huh.
We don't know if there's no more cliffhanger. There could yet be another cliffhanger. It may well be the case that after we finish this little story sequence, it's going to be like, and now there's a new level, and this one takes 150 stars to unlock. And if that happens, we probably will not see that one right away. Captain Cuddles. That's a very disrespectful name for, honestly, one of my foremost generals. Caesar is probably the most capable commander in this whole crew. I'm just having such a good time here in these Hell Mountains with all of the sulfur smoke, and how about we go home? How about, yeah, there you go. Let's all talk about how much we love each other back at home. For a second, I thought that hesitation was going to be the cliffhanger coming in. But okay. Running gag. That's fine. There's a literal running gag. Treaty has been signed. Literally everybody is at peace with everybody else. And yet, something tells me, innocent soldiers will still be dying by the thousands. Hooray. Dad's dead. Big party.
Huh?
Yes.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a long sequence, huh? Alright. You're gonna have a lot of cliche, everybody's behind you and we all love you stuff.
Thank you.
You have my thanks.
Like everybody else, we would also like to thank you. Could we all just say thank you all at once?
Hey!
This is like... Man, maybe this is somebody's fantasy, but I would be so uncomfortable with a whole room full of people just standing around complimenting me. It's a very awkward situation. Okay, Ryota, that's very inappropriate. The animosity between our two nations, which, by the way, totally predated Sigrid's whole thing. We're just gonna forget about it now, I guess.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Presumably, there were good reasons for... Okay, no, never mind. Whatever.
Huh.
And then Ragna destroyed the throne room. Yeah, alright, best frenemy. I guess that's the best you can hope for. Now we can fight for fun, and I mean not us, but our armies, of course.
Your Highness.
Emmerich, man,
Yes.
it's been so many words already, though. I appreciate that Caesar wasn't actually bowing. Just sniffing the ground, pretending to be unaware of what's happening around him because it is so extremely awkward.
Huh. Yeah.
Yep, and then it turns out, really, the secret is I fight for my friends, just like every anime hero.
Let's go.
Yo, this scene is so long. Writers of this game had never heard that thing about brevity.
Yes.
Yeah, we get it. Okay, well, I think that's actually the whole plot of the game. I think we saw the depth and breadth of it. And now we get to see what it looks like when everybody dances. I had to say, Ragna is the character I identify with most here. Although I could probably pull off that thing that the Greenfinger was doing. Sedge apparently knows about Michael Jackson. For some reason, maybe Elodie is there. You know, I didn't notice that before. Did Fancy Evil Mercia cut her own hair off during her little battle dance? I guess it doesn't matter because it's a fire. It'll just, you know, fire back. Seems a little reckless, though. Maybe don't swing the blade quite so close to the top of your own head. Well, I have to say, I obviously was not a huge fan of the plot itself, but I did like a lot of those levels, and I think that the huge combined forces battle before the part where Mercia goes off to fight Falder by herself was like a very suited, like a very a well-suited climax to the story, and then the story kept happening. It maybe should have wrapped up a little closer to that. So much of it is thanks to you, she says. Because if Valder never had any reason, like, if there was no legitimate reason that Valder was angry at Cherrystone and that there needed to be a war, that as soon as he found out that Sigrid had cooked something up, it was like, okay, whatever. Then that means that the long enmity between their kingdoms was Mercia's father's fault, right? Like, I can't imagine that they were in a state of... Maybe I'm misremembering. I thought it was the case at the beginning of the game that the kingdoms had been at war for a long time, as sort of like a Cold War. And then the assassination of the king heated it back up. I don't know. You know, maybe I'm just misremembering. Okay. Dark Mercia seems like she would be pretty good. I'm not sure if I think she's better than Mercia, actually. The heal is really powerful. I will say that's another thing that the campaign did a really good job of, is, like, at first, Mercia's thing doesn't feel all that great, and then you start to play as the other commanders, and you're like, wow, a lot of people have really cool Wargrooves. Mercia's is kind of lame. And then when they bring it back around and give you those missions where it's just Mercia and your guys, and you have to keep everybody alive, they do a good job of making you really appreciate that. To the point where now I definitely think she's one of the better commanders. Alright, well that took forever. We are definitely way out of time. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time. I do want to check out a little bit of the workshop stuff. So I know I asked for people to give recommendations on a previous episode. If you have any more, or if you would just like to restate your previous recommendations, feel free to do that in the comments below. And there's going to be like 1 or 2 more episodes of this series. We'll have a look at some stuff and then wrap it up. So, come back next time tomorrow for that, and we'll see you then.